always constantly looking at your health bar.
So let's begin with the second section of today's training workshop. And in the second section, we will have Dr. Michael Wu from Shanghai Nanyang Guangdong Software Technology Co-Limited to share the topic of an application of public or open data and analysis in the era of large models with us. And this theme-based sharing will be conducted via Zoom. And Michael is now in our Zoom. Yes, let's pass the time to Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Hello, everyone. My name is Michael, and I'm very glad to share this lecture to you. The whole lecture is about the new tool in the AI era. How can we to do the data analytics in the AI era? And I was very glad to deliver the similar topic 2 years ago at CTU. At that time, I was teaching how to use programming language R to do the data analytics, because at that time I thought R is a very good tool and it's easy to use. Then after 2 years, we do think everything is changed. We think the new technology has been so advanced, and now we have some buzzword called the vibe coding. And from an industry view, vibe coding is the future. And I do feel the necessity to share these tools with you guys, since I know you're still continue the data analytics context this year. I believe should be the fifth round, right? So let's begin. Okay, let me share the screen with you guys. Okay, since it's a Zoom meeting, so everyone can hear me clearly, right? Okay, good. And I cannot see you. I only see all the names, on the right-hand side of my screen. So if you have any question, feel free to type it in your chat box, or ask Tiffany or anyone in the in the classroom to raise a hand to ask the question. So do not be afraid to stop me. Okay. Let me start. Okay, so my topic is about vibe coding, and we do have some question in our mind. What is vibe coding, right? And open data, public data, and what are those buzzwords, right? Here's a little bit about myself. As Tiffany just introduced you a little bit, my current company is called Nanyang Wanbang, which is a state-owned company. Well, I work as a VP of Strategic Development department, and our company usually do the public data analysis or AI applications for Shanghai government. So we develop lots of big data centers, and I have a very short period working at CTU. And those are my background. So in today's lecture, we try to deliver 4 parts of the content. First, we're talking about the AI foundations. What are those buzzwords? What's the definition of those words? Second is about the data workflow. But be aware that in our lecture slides, we will not talk too much on the analytical method. So I hope you have taken other classes regarding the data analysis, right? Some statistical methods, some mathematical modeling, or some analytical way, right, to show the visualization. I'm not so sure. Tiffany, can you make some confirmation? Do all students learn those analytical methods, say linear regression and visualization course before?
Yeah. Students, have you learned any data analytics in regression or any other methods? Okay, most of them, yes.
Yes. Okay. That's great. So I won't focus too much on the math part. I only focus on the tool part. Okay. So first, AI foundations. What is AI? And what are those large models, and what are AI agents? So those 3 things are from internet, and you can see a very interesting thing. And very interesting is like I put 2 authors here. One is me, right, Michael. The other is Kimi AI. So this PowerPoint, this slides, is generated or assisted by an AI called Kimi. So I write those content and I let an AI to develop a slide for me. So I put 2 authors here, and you can see AI can do a lot of things. The whole process to ask AI to help me to deliver a slide, a presentation, we can call it agentic AI. And I will show you how to do it in this lecture later. And what is AI? AI refers to some simulation of human intelligence in machines. The program to make the machine mimicking human behavior, like learning, problem solving, decision making, and any other capabilities. And we have traditional AI, and currently we have a new AI. It's called large models, particularly large language models. But besides language models, we have large multimodal models. For example, 1 month ago, no, not 1 month, last week, Yan LeCun, they released a model called the word model generation. So they use a language model to generate the word model, the vision 3D models. And 1 month before, Li Feifei from Stanford, they developed a new word model to generate the whole virtual world using some Gaussian field technology. So those are also large models, but not only language models, but with the image models, video models, 3D construction models. So we call it large models in general, or call it foundation models in general. So, but particularly we use large language model most. If you heard about the Chat GPT, which is a very famous language model, and we can also hear the Cloud from Anthropic, the Cloud Sonnet. Those also are language models. So large language models are AI models trained on that of the language, the textual data, and they can generate human-like text. And I still believe 2 years ago when I was in CityU, I told my students those GPTs at that time were just statistical models. So those models generate words or phrases based on historical data. So those words are like the statistical generation without any human understanding meanings. But 2 years has passed, and we do find the current AI, they can understand. They are able to understand human language. So in a micro way, in a micro world, like atomic world, you can see all those large models, all those AI models are based on statistics or mathematics. But in a macro world, in a whole result of those large models, it shows the understanding, recognition, decision making, all those human capabilities. So we test several different large models and AI models. We find to some degree those AI can or are able to understand human behavior. So it's not like a PhD student, but it's like some primary school students or kindergarten students. They're kind of in that level of intelligence. So the third one is called agentic AI or AI agents. Those are designed to combine AIs and some execution functions and all the other extensions together to fulfill a task, to perform a task. For example, the slides, today's presentation slides was generated by an AI and I myself. And so I built some outline, I put my content to that AI, and the AI designed all the things for me. You can see it still has a logo here, right? It's not a typo. I put it here. It's AI generated put it here. So the AI thought I should put a logo here, but I just don't. Okay. So here's a general discussion about the definition of those three concepts. The first one, those one are generated by AI. So I gave them the content, the material, some sentences, and Kimi AI make them together and make some generation. And the second one, large language models, this definition are quoted by Wikipedia. I Googled the Wikipedia and copy and paste and put it here. And the third one is also I don't remember. Probably I pasted, but they collaborated between the Kimi AI and myself. Okay. So after we have this definition, AI, large models, and AI agents, then what is vibe coding? And what's the difference between computer coding or programming, like the traditional ones? So here we say vibe coding is an AI-assisted software development technique popularized by this guy, Andrew Kirksey. This guy was in OpenAI, now in Tesla. And it involves using the large language model to generate code. So you just talk to an AI, and the AI will generate code for you, no matter what kind of code. So it includes the R programming language I taught 2 years ago. It also includes the Python language. It's very popular here today. It also includes every computer language: Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, you name it. So you don't have to learn every language by yourself right now in the AI world. You just talk, describe the vibe. So what is the vibe? The vibe is, I put it here. This is my definition of the vibe, okay? So vibe engineering, you just need to describe the project's vibe. And what is vibe? Vibe is the context, the method, and the expected results. So you want to build a project starting from the scratch, from the state A, using some methods to deliver end result or several results of the project. And those results are something you expected. So you expect some result happening from the project, and you try to describe. And the clearer you describe the vibe, the accurate the AI generate for you. So the key to the vibe coding is to describe the vibe clearly as possible. So this can ensure the AI can deliver the result you want. That's why I also asked Tiffany that how many of you have already learned those data analytics methods? Because if you learn the method, you already know how to analyze those data, but you lack of the technical tools. You may not know how to do Python very advanced, complexly. You might not know how to build a website, but you know how to analyze those data. And you know what are the way to explore the data, the meaning data, and how to build some models for this data. You already know those analytical, theoretical methods, but you need a tool to help you to deliver it. Then vibe coding is the key to help you. And also because it is an AI, the vibe coding AI can also chat like a GPT. So the conversation between you and AI will give you a very inspiring, sometimes very inspiring source or way of doing the research. Okay. Okay. Then we talk about the vibe coding tools. In this lecture, I suggest 2 tools. Actually, one is called Trey here. It's by ByteDance. So they have 2 versions. One is CM version, the other is international version. Functionally, there's no difference between the 2 versions. But the only difference between the 2 software are the foundation models. Plus, the international reason, the competition between US and China, usually some large models are not allowed to use in China. For example, OpenAI GPT and Cloud, they are banned. Not banned by China, banned by US government or by themselves, the corporations themselves. They are not allowed their models to be used in China region. So in China, you can see we use some different foundation models. So we can see the vibe coding tools in the US I just mentioned. Those are the popular tools. Cursor is the most popular one currently in the industry. The Cursor is the software they have developed based on the cloud. So they have the same foundation model. Cloud Code is the vibe coding tool developed by Anthropic themselves. So of course they have their most advanced cloud foundation model inside embedded. Windsurf is the third popular, also the third-party vibe coding tools. Codex is also developed by OpenAI. So the foundation models are based on GPT-5, I believe, right now, and also includes some open source models. So those are very popular from the US companies, but it's also very popular across the countries. So the worldwide, most people just use those things, and they are not free. I believe in Cursor should be $200 per month, and Cloud also $200. They have a pro version with $300 per month, US dollars. I'm not so sure about the Windsurf and Codex. I never use them, but those 2 are quite expensive. But comparing to the efficiency they provide, is still cheaper than the salary of an engineer. Okay, for CM version, all free. So Trey is free. If you're downloading CM version, it's totally free. CodeBuddy is from Tencent. They have a similar thing. Coder is from Alibaba. So Alibaba is a company to develop Qwen, the most famous open source large models in the world. So those three are all free. Okay, that's the most part. It depends on your financial condition. I would say I would try the used one, the Cursor or Cloud, but currently I use Tray most. The rest two are not so good, but I use the Tray international version. So international version of Tray still asks you to pay. It's but very cheap. It's like the $10 per month, so you still can use that. Okay. Before I get into the data one, let me open Tray for you. Okay. So when I click this little tiny button, so this is a Tray. Okay. Are all students, in the classroom have already downloaded and installed the Tray? Okay, great. So let me introduce you the windows of the Tray. You can see we have 3 patterns, but you can click it. So we have one, the left one, the middle one, and the right one. Left one is about the fold structure and all those plugins. This is for Git, and you can see all those plugins. Okay. So Tray IDE is based on VS Code, which is developed by Microsoft. So if you use VS Code previously, everything is compatible with VS Code. So you can see if you find anything published or released on the VS Code market, you can find it here. Okay. So you can see the layout is very similar to VS Code. Okay. So this is the project folder structure one, and the right hand side is the AI part. Okay, they have 3 different ones. One is chat, just a conversation like you're chatting with ChatGPT. Second is builder. This is the key one we are going to use today. Okay. The third one is builder with MCP. MCP, you can treat them as those small little AIs. So you are building some application or doing some analysis with some communication with different AIs. So in that case, you will use the builders with MCP mode, but we will choose this one, builder. Okay. And under the chat box, you can see here's a foundation model selection. Okay. You can choose Cloud 3.5, 3.7, 4, any model you like, or Gemini or GPT. So if you're using the CN version, not the international version, here you will see Doubao, you can see Qwen Coder, you can see DeepSeek R1, DeepSeek V3. Those are for the CN version. For international version, those are the model here. Okay. And you can also click add model. If you buy a model API from specific company, you can add model, say Pimi, right? Or you can choose which model you want and go to the website of this model and find the API key and add this model. So you can add those model into your AI. For me, back to chat. For me, I usually choose the auto model. Okay. So when you click this, it becomes auto model. It will automatically select the suitable model for you. Depends on the question you ask. Okay. So let me show you a very simple example. Okay. Now that it's a data analytics class, and most of you may learn Python, but most of you may not learn how to build a website, right? So let me ask, okay, please help me to build an website front page with how to say cyberpunk view. Okay, looks fancy, right? Okay, maybe we can with fancy cyberpunk view. Okay, the website is for data and analytics class. Okay, so I typed my request. This is describe the vibe. So from the scratch, nothing. To do what? I want a website, and I want a website front page, not the whole site. And what the site is about? It's about data analytics class. And what's the aesthetic view? A fancy cyberpunk view. Okay, not so detailed, but still a vibe. I developed what I want, the context. Okay, the context, the methods, but I didn't show any method because I'm not so familiar with building a website. So I click this send. Then the AI will help us to build this website front page. Okay. Oh, they say please open a folder. Okay, so I haven't tried to build a folder. Okay, so let's go to. You can choose any folder here. Okay, let me create a new folder. Let's call it website data and DA. Okay, so it's an empty folder. You can create it anywhere you want, on your desktop, on your C drive, or any place you want on your laptop. Okay, so you create an empty folder. Then here, open folder. Please open a folder to save the file. Open a folder. Click this open folder. Document. For me, it should be work, CTU, just right here, website DA. Okay, website DA, and open this folder. Okay. Then, see, please help me to build a website front page. Okay, the AI start to create a to-do list and create the website for you. Okay, we'll stay on this page to see how they create, but we will not see the whole progress completed because of the time issue, time limit. Okay, so you see the AI create 5 tasks to do this for you, and for each task they start to think how to create. They think to create a HTML structure, even though you don't know how to write HTML code. The AI help you to do so. Okay, just wait for a moment. Okay, they create a code here, right? You see a little button called accept, right? Because we are not an expert on this part, what should we do? We just accept it, right? We can reject it. But if we find some error, if we understand something is wrong, we can reject it and code it ourselves. So if you ask a front-end engineer, he or she can come to deliver the web code themselves, and to edit or revise the code themselves. But since we are not an expert of website builder or website engineer, we cannot do this. But the AI help us do so. Okay, so we'll come back to this in a little bit because the AI is helping us to build a front page of a website. Then we come back to the slide. Okay, so today we talk about the public data or open data analytics. So what is open data? How can we find the data? How can we find the public data? Open data is just a subset of public data. So public data is the data accessible to the general public, but may not be open. Open is like you freely get the data without any obstacles. Public data, because of the transparency policy of our government, you can request the data from the government, so they can by the law to deliver the data to you. Because you're a citizen of the government, under the government, you have the right to see the data, how the government collect your data, how the government to run the whole agency for the public, right? So example of the public data, you can see the weather reports, you can see transportation statistics from the Department of Transportation. Some of the transportation data are open, some are not. So some you may need to request, but for open data, it's usually open to everyone. Okay, and so in Hong Kong, we have a very good way to see the data. So here's a trade. Okay, but just ignore this trade. Okay. Okay. So let's just type Hong Kong open data. You can see data.gov.Hong Kong. So this is a major way, citizens can get open data freely from Hong Kong government. That's a little bit. Data.gov.Hong Kong. So this is open data platform in Hong Kong. They have simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, and English. So in this class, we just use English, okay? We have several tabs, community, right? Just click dataset, and you can browse any data are open to the public here, or you can search any data you want, okay? For today's lecture, I've already downloaded two groups of the dataset for you in our course package. One is about the finance, the Hong Kong budget issue. The other is about the IT service purchase. I just hear some sounds. It should be, yeah. This is something from AI. The Trey has already, built this website for me. So it's called Data Analytics Cyberpunk Interface, right? Welcome to the future. Okay, let's see the answer of this AI. Okay, I just asked, please help me to build a website front page. And the website is about the data analytics. And it should look like very fancy, like the cyberpunk view. Okay. And after this, blah, 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 you got 5 steps. All tasks complete, right? I just click accept during the progress. Okay, this is JavaScript. Okay. I believe very few of you understand JavaScript, just accept it. Okay. This is the CSS. Of course, accept it. Okay. So the AI built a front page of a website with 3 different files using 3 different programming language. And the front page look like this. It's like too, narrow. Let's put it in the browser. So click this copy, and we go to our browser here and paste. So this is the website the AI built for us. You see? All those, this dynamic effect, the click button, those dynamic effect, all those visual effect, icons, right? This shining effect, the content, the layout, the number, right? Quick link, data analytics class, contact, right? So this is AI built for us, right? 5 minutes, you got an AI build a website front page for you. So that's the power of the vibe coding. That's the power of today's large models. The easy way to communicate with AI, you talk, AI do it for you. Okay, let's close this. So for the data part, I just told you we can find it on Hong Kong Open Data. But for students from every other city around the world, I can give you some examples. For example, NYC, New York City Open Data is very popular. I used to live in NYC almost 10 years ago, 2016, so 9 years ago. NYC Open Data. And I used to live in Kansas, right? So we can see KCMO Open Data. So Open Data KC. Okay, this is the front page of NYC Open Data. Like the page in Hong Kong, right? In NYC Open Data, you can see data page, click data. You can search all the data sets by catalog, by agency, almost all agencies. For example, if you want to search 311 data, which is citizen satisfaction, in Hong Kong, you may have 1823, the number, right? So in Hong Kong, you may have 1823 data, 1823. Common asked question, 1823, okay? So this is New York 311 service request from 2010 to present. And in Open Data KC, right? Similarly, you have 3-on-1 service request. Also, you can see the broken window issue. They have all the data from all different departments, right? You can see community, official, right? This is NYC 311 data. And this is the Hong Kong 1823 data. Provides in this page, in Hong Kong open data page, you can see 1823 provides a round the clock one-stop service to answer questions for 23 participating departments. So this is about some citizen satisfaction. If you call Hong Kong government, the elevator need to be fixed, or some bus stop never, stopping at, at the bottom by building, they never stop here. You just pass by. You just call Hong Kong government. They help you to solve all those public service issues. So those are the data source. Okay. Okay, I just close this. Okay. So till now, you have already know the power of vibe coding tool tray. Okay, you already see where can we get the public data, the open data, right? Then we go to the next one. Here I put a very small tips. A Git setup, right? Git is a very good the coding management tool. So in some coding project, you may build some function which is good, but if you are developing a new function, it may destroy your previous function. So you need to reverse back to the old version. Then Git is a version control coding tool that help you to do the code, to record every node. So when you want to reverse to some nodes in the history, you can easily go back. But in the old days, Git is also very complex, and not that complex, but still very kind of complex tool. You need to learn a new language in Git to manage your project. But in vibe coding, everything changed. Okay, so in your course package, I put 2 projects here. One is Hong Kong budget, the other is IT contract. In Hong Kong budget project, I have already done some data analytics for you. So I will show you first. In IT contract, I only show you the data. And the data has been processed or cleaned from the raw or the zip file to CSV file through the Python script. Okay. So let's first close this project. Okay. Because we have already developed a website front page. We try to release the 8,000 port to release the website. So let's ask, please terminate the website service and release the port. Okay. So I'll terminate the website service and release port for you. Okay. Why we do so? Because if you don't close a project, and the port will continuously to increase because it's occupied by one service. They have no port for the next service. So once you want to close a project, you just release the port and close every service. Okay, then we go to open folder. Let's first go to our course package. Go to Hong Kong budget estimate. Go to this project. Open it. Okay, let's close this project. Now we only have the Hong Kong budget estimate. Okay, you have so many files, so many. Okay, so let's go to the slide first. So Git, right? I just mentioned how to set up Git. Just type, please use Git to manage my project. You see, I always use a please. It's just an AI. Why would I do so? Treat it as an human, right? As a human. it's a very mysterious, pattern or kind of meme, on the internet. It said if you treat AI politely like a human, they are very likely to develop the result you want. If you treat an AI inhumane, okay, in the order machine, it may give you some bad results, but it's just a meme on the internet. I mean, it's not proved, okay. But for some, psychological reason, I usually put this, please, or would you please, may I have this kind of tone, talk to my AI. The good luck is, yeah, I always get the, the result I want, right? You can try, you can test it. Okay. So what the AI is doing right now? I just asked it to use Git to manage my project. So it is try to recognize all the folder structure, how many files there, and create a Git log. It's called Git ignore, right? How to ignore all the files they don't want to record, and Git init to initialize the Git project, and Git add all the files in there, and Git commit to make a first node in the Git. Okay, excellent. The initial has been successful. Provide guidance for remote repository, right?
Okay, all tasks complete. So you see, in the vibe coding tool, you do not need to learn any Git progress, any Git language. The AI will do it for you. Git status to check the status. And you see here, a little node here, source control, will show you an initial Git node has been created. Okay, and what's doing in this node. Okay, and if you create a new node, just do your change and ask it to to create a new node for you, and easily to use Git to manage your project. Okay, then I go through it very fast for the data analysis. Okay, so in your data analysis, first you need to download data and already provide data for you. Then we need to clean data to process.
So here, sorry. Oh, did I miss anything? Okay. So in data analysis pipeline, you need to import data first, then you ask your AI to clean the data for you. So review all the things in the raw data folder, and there should be 3 language version of the data set: simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, English. And I ask AI to help me to separate the data and clean the data. This prompt is only one of the prompts I did in the data cleaning process. There are so many different prompts, and I have to interact to communicate with my AI to do so. It's not just one point clean, clear everything. It should not be there. So you need to talk to AI to help you. If you have something wrong, ask you to correct the wrong thing. So do the data cleaning. But it's still much easier to write a code yourself, to write all the coding, the Python files yourself to clean those very complex data. Okay. After cleaning, you need to ask them to do some descriptive analysis, right? So how can I do this? See, awesome. Let's dive deep into analysis itself, right? So now we focus on 2015 process data, of course, English data. Then I ask, what can we get from the information? Budget spending, expenditure structure, revenue, what else? So I was asking the AI to analyze the data for me. I was not asking them to use Python or any other tools. I just asked them, here's the data. I don't know how to deal with the data. Tell me, what can you get the data, the information from the data for me? I gave them some clue: budget spending, expenditure, revenue, policy suggestion, descriptive analysis, see here, and visualization. So I have a concept in my view how to analyze data. I want to do descriptive analysis. I want to see some charts so that I can understand the problem of the data and the issue of the topic, the subject. Here is the budget, right? Then the AI gave me some result, but I do see some weird thing, something not very good, like the very low utilization rate. So I believe the AI did something wrong. So I asked it to correct the wrong thing. Is it correct? Because in this way, the AI define utilization of a budget by today's revenue and the previous year's expenditure. Oh, it's very low. It's so, for example, in 2025, in March, if you do a budget, you probably know next year we have a budget of revenue, say several billion Hong Kong dollar, but we don't know the real revenue this year because only in March, right? And only until next year you can have the real revenue. So if you use the real revenue divided by the budget revenue, this low utilization rate is incorrect, right? Until next year, you see the real revenue and the expected revenue. You can see, oh, how many revenue you are used, right? So if you are see it's 2025, you are trying to use utilization, right? So your spending versus your revenue. You cannot use a real spending, right, divided by current expected whole year revenue budget, right? So that's why it's low. So that's what I got in the first time. And I asked the AI to correct the definition for me and correct the data, correct the definition for me. Then after that, I asked also, if the commitment of versus actual expenditure. So I try to see the accuracy. So this year I made a budget of some revenue, of some expenditure. And I hope next year I see the real spending and real revenue. I want to see whether the budget is accurate or not and how far from the budget from the real spending, right? So I also asked the AI to do it for me. So after the descriptive analysis, we also tried to ask the AI to do the inferential statistic, to do the mathematical modeling. So here I use the prompt here. Awesome, let's do some prediction models. Write the code. So okay, now that it's 2025, I have no real revenue, but I have a budget revenue. Can you do a prediction of revenue of this year based on previous year real value and previous years and today and this year's budget value to predict the real revenue this year or predict the real expenditure this year, right? So I asked it to do some prediction, but I thought time series model is usually the best, but I'll show you actually it is not in this case. Okay, so I gave AI a clue that in such case time series model is usually the best try. So I asked them to try, but the AI also tried some different methods for me. So if you want to do the mathematical modeling, you should understand for some kind of data, what kind of math models are suitable for your case. Of course, AI can provide you some recommendation and suggestion. You may face some dilemmas later, okay? So after I asked the AI to do the math modeling, they gave me the result, show everything, and the last part is to deliver the report. So I can also ask the AI to do the vibe coding to generate report for me, to a comprehensive report, and also ask AI to insert all the charts into the report, and to even give me the policy suggestion, okay? So let's go back to our budget, project, okay? So I see this extract the data HBE, so Hong Kong budget extract estimates. So this one is how can I clean the data? Okay, you can see the data from the raw, all those files, like very complex to process, right? Even in the processed data, it's not easy. You can see it's a nested structure. 2015, you got two volumes, general revenue and funds account, right? General revenue, you have, consolidated summary, expenditure, general revenue analysis by head. And for each folder, you can see all the different budget. It's very complex, okay? If you write Python code yourself, you probably spend like weeks for especially for an experienced, maybe at least a master student or PhD student, spending weeks to do so. Okay, but in vibe coding, just like a couple of days. Okay, so after I do this, I have a code called budget prediction. So this file is using a Python to predict the revenue using time series models and random forest. Analyze data. You see, analyze 2015, because I try to use the data from 1 year to explore the pattern. Then I try to apply this method into every year. So we have two charts here. In the folder charts and the folder predictive charts. The predictive charts are those visualization based on the prediction model. And charts are descriptive statistics. So this is 2005, okay? What does it look like? We can go to charts. Okay. You see, I did not ask AI to create 4 charts for me. I just asked the AI to do descriptive analysis and visualization for me. The AI generates 4 charts. The first chart is about the budget revenue and budget expenditure in 2005, in the year 2005 to 2016, right? You can see here the budget, right? Here's the surplus. So here's top expenditure items. Actually, it should be the departments. So social welfare, spend a lot. Education bureau, spend the second. Food and health, the third, right? Here's the distribution, right, of the revenue. So this is internal revenue service, probably just personal income tax and sales tax. All those tax are the major revenue for Hong Kong government. They have property tax, they have general rates. So this is how the revenue construction. And data available overview. Here's the files, right? Revenues, expenditures. So how many files? 10 files for revenue, 5 files for expenditure, and 3 files for summary. So this is a descriptive one. And also generates a lot. So Hong Kong government accuracy, right? Revenue versus expenditure. You see, from 2005, let's see, revenue, expenditure. Oh, no, not this one. So from 2005 to 2025, the budget of revenue and expenditure are always increasing. You see this increasing trend, okay? What I do, I did nothing. I just asked the model, okay? Let's go back. I just asked the model, okay? Descriptive analysis, visualization. Then the model give me this chart, okay? Budget trends. You do not need to, edit the label of X, the label of Y, the text of X axis, the text of Y axis, the title, all those tiny things. You do not need to do anything. You just ask them, what do you want? What kind of result you want? And the AI will help you do so, okay? So after I do the descriptive analysis, I also ask the AI to do the mathematical modeling, right? And in this mathematical modeling, it gave me some, so first let's see some fancy thing. The accuracy, budget accuracy, it's quite accurate. The expenditure, this chart is very interesting. Okay, go to this one. It should be, okay, revenue. So we can see this is a very advanced chart. You can see they use Python to do so. If you use Python to do this chart, probably very difficult. But if you ask the AI to do so, it will generate this very beautiful chart. You can see there's a dash line here. So before 2004, they have all the blue budget value and real actual revenue, right? But starting from 2004, because today is like September in 2000, no, not 2000, 2024, okay, 2025. They still have no, real data for the actual revenue. They have the estimate, revised estimate, okay? So, but they do not have the real one. So they only have the real one of 2023. So I asked the AI to do a prediction of actual revenue for me. So in the budget revenue in 2024 was like 624 billion, and they predict like 644 billion. So it's very close. I believe this prediction is very good. Okay, so this is the prediction and charts part. And what else? model performance. Okay. So like I said, usually in this kind of budgeting data, we use time series data, right? For the time series modeling, usually we use the ARIMA or exponential smoothing model to try to construct mathematical models for the time series data. But we see the R square, R2 score, right? R square score. The higher R square score, the better fit. But for the ARIMA, it gives us a inactive. What does it mean? It means ARIMA model is very bad for this prediction. On the other hand, we see the random forest prediction is the highest. Similarly, we can see MAE, the mean of absolute error, right? Ridge is the lowest. Random forest is still okay. ARIMA is very large, right? And we can see expenditure model. This is for revenue is expenditure, okay? And we can tell the MAE, right? So from this chart, we can see probably random forest is the best choice, okay? So we have so many different charts generated by AI. Then like I said, report, right? I also asked the AI to do the report. So prompt 6, great. Update the project report in this HPE. Remove the files in the report folder. And we want one report file. I haven't done this before, so it's still like 3 report files, okay? And update this HPE here. So I'll show you. We have 3 report files AI generate for me. We have HPE file. So this HPE file to describe the progress, to record the whole progress of this project. How did I process this project from raw data to analysis? And the files in the reports folder, those are the reports. But there are some intermediate report. The most useful one should be this comprehensive, okay? Comprehensive report, okay? Let me open this comprehensive report for you. I still use VS Code, but if you don't, you can just read it in tray. It's still fine. Okay. You can see this sidebar button. Let me just close this. Okay. So click this, well, hide the AI, right? Click this, hide the terminal. Click this, hide the folder. Then you can see it very clearly, right? So AI generate a report based on the analysis for me. They have executive summary, data background, data overview, fiscal framework, economic context, descriptive analysis, revenue, expenditure, and even they embed the charts, right? So I just put it here to see the preview. They embed the chart into this report using Markdown language. You don't need to understand Markdown, just AI do it for you. You ask them to import the chart, they give you the chart imported into the proper way, okay? So expenditure and everything, okay? So this is the report you have. Okay, let's go back to the top right center to put everything back. Then after that, you already have a report. Also, how can we do a PowerPoint, right? So that's how to do it in Kimi. Okay, that's why I put Kimi AI as a co-author in the slides. You just type Kimi. You find Kimi AI. Let's close all those open data platform website. Go to Kimi AI, okay? So this is Kimi AI website, and it's quite, I got it. It's quite similar to ChatGPT. Under Kimi Plus, you will find, you can see featured or whatever. Let me just remove it, let's show you, okay? Go to Kimi Plus. You will find Kimi Slides. Just click Kimi Slides. Remember, we have comprehensive report here, right? So drag this markdown file into Kimi. Okay, drag this comprehensive budget report into Kimi. Then like this, turn the upload file into slides. Turn the uploaded file into slides. Send. Then here's another AI agent. It's the AI slides, AI PPT. It will help you to create slides based on this markdown. So I just let it, do a little bit here. We will come back that later because of the time limits. Okay. So you see, good, but the charts are missing in the report. Please insert proper charts in the folder of the chart and in the folder of predictive charts into the proper graph in the file of comprehensive budget report. Okay, what does it mean? So I asked the AI to insert charts in this folder and charts in this folder into the file of this one. So the end result is a budget report with chart. Again, the key, describe the context, the method, and the expected result you want, okay? Let's do this. Okay, Kimi, okay, that's a tool. I just let Kimi to do the PPT for me, so I just leave it. Then we have some pitfalls. We all know AI has some hallucination. So what does hallucination mean? A hallucination means a response generated by AI that contains false or misleading information, but presented as a fact in Wikipedia. So through all the progress, even though the AI tells us, great, see what we'll do, all tasks complete, but many times the results are not what we expect. Some kind of, weird thing. So we need to interact with the AI, ask AI to revise their method, to make their result close to what we want. Okay, so that's how to solve the hallucination issue. So we always need human verification, human to verify the result, whether it is what we want. But we also face two major questions. If the AI delivers something you don't know, for example, random forest in our budget, right? You don't know what is random forest. How could we do? You need to learn. You need to ask to understand what is random forest. Then you can check whether the result is good or not. Or abandon this method, right? So you need to check, read through what AI generates and understand it. If you don't understand AI's method, ask the AI to perform the methods you understand. Otherwise, there's no way for you to check whether the result is good or bad, right? So you could be cheated by something you don't know. If you don't know, or you cannot understand the explanation from AI, right? You either understand it or abandon it to use something you understand it, okay? Let's see, go back. Okay, Kimi, based on this comprehensive result, generate an outline for PPT for the slide. I just use preset mode. Go to preset mode. Okay. So we are trying to choose a template for our slides. Okay. This one may look like kind of, fancy, psychological social media use. Okay. I used this one before for our slides. Okay. Let's change a different one. This one looks funny, right? So we choose a template for our slides and click generate slides. And you just leave it to Kimi. It will generate slides for you. See, generating. Let's see, Kimi is organizing content. Kimi is creating page layout. You see, Kimi generates the slides for me. I am not typing anything. I am not clicking anything. even the text is not written by me. Of course, the original text is written by me. Okay. Well, not not all the text. You see, because the original markdown is here, generated by Trey. They have the AI. But before we do the slides thing, like I said, we need to check the markdown, check the methods to understand whether the AI give us a correct answer, correct suggestion. If not, we need to change it ourselves. For example, public engagement transparency, we change public into open engagement, and fine. Then we save it, and we use the open engagement thing, put it into slides. So we can change all the content by ourselves. They are editable. It's not non-editable, right? It's not like PDF. You can edit anything you want and change. You think it is improper, right? Based on your understanding, based on your knowledge, and change the whole process, change the whole report. After you change the report, put your final report into Kimi, and Kimi will generate the slides for you. Okay, generate 15%. Okay. So I just let it generating the slides for me. And for our today's lecture, the main content is done. But in our course package, you also see a different one, the IT contract. Okay. So I will show you. This will be a after class homework. Okay, you can do it, play it yourself. So again, go to open folder. And choose IT contract. Open it. And I just close this file. Okay. Let me close the budget project. This is so this is the IT contract, right? Data folder. They have data script. This script can just totally ignore it. So how can we do this? Examine files in the project and tell me what the project is about. They will show you. They will analyze all the files, the process file, raw file there, and show you what's it about. Okay. So this IT service is from Hong Kong Open Data. Oh, okay. Kimi have already finished it. Okay, let me just go to Hong Kong Open Data first. Yeah. So data.gov Hong Kong, data.gov Hong Kong. Okay. So Kimi has already finished creating the slides for us. You see, Kimi AI here, right? You can save and download to your laptop, then add the slides you want. Download. You can select image or PowerPoint format. Just click download. Okay. I'm using Mac, so my download should be somewhere under my download folder. So it should be here. Hong Kong Physical Future. It's the title AI, Kimi generate for us. And open it. It will show all the slides. You can change the slides any part you want. Okay. I won't do the slide editing thing here. Okay. So go back to our question. In the tray, I ask AI to analyze all the files in the folder and tell me what it is about. It tells me it's about the IT contract SOA QPS project, focus on analyzing IT service data. So SOA QPS should be standing offer arrangement, qualified professional services. The data source is from Hong Kong data.gov Hong Kong. In the data sets, Let me see why it's slow. So it's called award service award service contract SOA QPS. So what is this data? This data is standing offer agreement for quality professional services. So it will show you in the, I believe from 2015 to 2024, the Hong Kong government qualified, a quality professional service purchase. So they buy the IT service from the third party and how much they spend, what kind of the project they use. So the raw data is like this. It's very ugly to see. And the clean data should look like this, right? So you can see service, category, group, your bureau, which department, try to purchase, and what's the work assignment, feasible study on integration of 6 existing electronic submission system, blah, blah, blah. So you can do it after class. Ask your AI to analyze all the data. While you do not need to combine all data yourself, you just ask AI to combine all the data for you, do descriptive analysis, do visualization, do mathematical modeling, do generation, and ask AI to do some policy suggestion, to do some result suggestion, the implication from the result, and check the result, check the method, revise everything you think is not proper, revise anything you think AI is not correct. And finally, you build a report collaborating with AI and use Kimi to build your slides. The whole process will fasten, will make your data analytics more faster, more advanced. Many way you don't know, right? Because you see the Python code is that complicated, you don't know, but now it's no longer an obstacle for you. You can use AI to solve all those, execution issue. You just tell AI what you want, okay? So we are a little bit over time, but I think this is the whole content of this lecture. So any question? Oh.
Any question from students you would like to ask Michael? Some technical question he can answer you. Seems
No
question so far, yeah.
Okay. Maybe the content is too much.
It's okay. Thank you, Michael, so much for your sharing. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you all. See ya.
And we have some important notes for all the participants. The preliminary round of the report the deadline will be the next Tuesday, which means 30th of September at 6 p.m. Any late submission, we will disqualify any late submission. Yeah. So don't be late. Please submit your report on time. Otherwise, your team will be disqualified. And for the report, some of the contents are listed out here. You may also find the report, the requirements of the report in our entry guide, which is you can download it from our website. And you can collect required data according your sub-theme and provided all the data from government open data platforms or other organizations. And when you submit your report, you need to attach your organized raw data sets with your reports to us. And for the word limits, we have sent an email to you all about the adjustment of the word limit. If you are writing your report in English, the word limit will be no more than 5,000 words. But if you write it in traditional or simplified Chinese, the word limit will be no more than 8,000 words. Yeah. And you need to indicate your team name, your full names of all the members and your affiliated institutions in your report. And other informations you may find in our website or in the entry guide, and all the contest entries must be your original works. If we find any plagiarism, we will immediately disqualify your team, and you may face a severe disciplinary actions based on the discussion of our contest committees. So please don't do any violations of the entry guides. Yeah, please read carefully of the all the informations in our entry guide and submit your report on time. And thank you for your participation. Any question regarding your submission? If no, then you can leave or you can just discuss with your teammates on your reports. And remember to submit your reports next Tuesday. Thank you.